Chapter 811. Shocking Secret, Giving Up. Cleansed Soul, translator, Atlas Studios, editor, Atlas Studios. Fang Yuan's expression was solemn. He continued to search Dongfang Changfan's soul, no matter how much he persuaded him. This session was the longest so far. Fang Yuan searched Dongfang Changfan's soul until all of his secrets were exposed. He learned about Dongfang Changfan's life, the countless experiences he had. Gu immortal Han Dong is long since dead. After the phantom beast dragged him into the corpse mountain, he was supposed to be a captive, but he died in the heavenly tribulation and earthly calamity. So it turns out that Dongfang Changfan had made arrangements in Jade Pool Blessed Land, using the rank 6 immortal Gu House thatched hut as the core. But at the crucial moment, thatched hut went missing. This allowed us, the demonic path cultivators, to invade Jade Pool Blessed Land. As expected, the moment I destroyed Dongfang Yuliang's body and Dongfang Changfan's soul left it, he self-detonated all of the immortal goo in his aperture. White Lotus Giant Silkworm Goo. To think that Dongfang Changfan used large amounts of White Lotus Giant Silkworm Goo to improve his immortal soul. Within his immortal aperture, there is still a batch of White Lotus Giant Silkworm Goo left. Dongfang Changfan, looking at his whole life, he was unresigned to being ordinary. He was first a hero, then a champion. This is Purple Mountain True Monarch. Taibai Yunsheng's time path inheritance was from this person. To think that Dongfang Changfan's wisdom path inheritance was also from this mysterious old man. The stream of secrets assaulted Fang Yuan, one after another. After a long time, Fang Yuan finally reacted. He had completely taken in this huge amount of information. Purple Mountain. True Monarch, this was just the name that Fang Yuan gave to the mysterious, purple-haired beggar. This mysterious old man seemed to have countless precious inheritances. His background must be very profound. His motives were unknown. It could be said that he played an extremely important role in Dongfang Changfan and Taibai Yunsheng's achievements today. For now, he shall be called Purple Mountain True Monarch. In Fang Yuan's memories of his previous life, he had no recollection of this Purple Mountain True Monarch. Even during the 5 regions' chaotic war, he did not appear. Did he hide himself? Did he have another identity? Or did he die of old age? According to Dongfang Changfan and Taibai Yunsheng's situations, it seemed that this man was extremely old. Forget Purple Mountain True Monarch for now. My cleansed soul immortal goo needs food. The amount of White Lotus Giant Silkworm Goo is not enough, but it can alleviate my current problem. I did not want to bother with that blessed land for now, but it seems that I have no choice. Fang Yuan destroyed Dongfang Yuliang's body, causing his immortal aperture to fall on the ground and become an ownerless blessed land. Unlike public blessed lands, these individual blessed lands would have land spirits. They were easy to defend and hard to take down. When Dongfang Changfan lost, in order to prevent Fang Yuan from profiting, he destroyed all of his immortal goo to prevent his enemy from getting stronger. But there was still a lot of mortal goo in his immortal aperture, perhaps because they were cheap, or he did not place much value in them, or maybe he lost control of them too quickly. In any case, they were all preserved in his blessed land and were not destroyed. Not speaking of the other mortal goo, but White Lotus Giant Silkworm Goo was something Fang Yuan needed as food for cleansed soul. Fang Yuan paced in the room as he thought about it. The Northern Plains Goo Immortal World was originally quite tranquil, but ever since Imperial Court Blessed Land was destroyed, it had produced huge consequences. It was like a giant tsunami. Northern Plains Goo Immortals were furious. They wanted to find the culprit, but the immortal goo that escaped from 88 True Yang Building caused Northern Plains Goo Immortals to fight over them intensely. It created chaos in the Northern Plains Goo Immortal world. After the auction, with the rank 8 Goo Immortals at the lead, the super forces discussed matters in the Northern Plains Goo Immortal world was no longer as chaotic. There were new rules in place, but because of Shadow Sect and the Central Continent Goo Immortals, there were still turbulent undercurrents. Right now, with Fang Yuan's interference, a super force, Dongfang tribe, was exterminated. The tranquility of the world of Northern Plains Gu immortals was ruined once again. Turbulence swept the region. Currently, countless Gu immortals from the righteous and demonic paths were fighting to seize resources in Jade Pool Blessed Land. It was a mess. Northern Plains' situation, it could be said, to truly be in shambles. In fact, ever since Imperial Court Blessed Land was destroyed, Northern Plains had not had a day of peace. It had thoroughly deviated from its original path. Compared with his previous life's memories, Fang Yuan had a feeling. He seemed to have accidentally broken Northern Plains. Fang Yuan took a risk just now. With some luck, he obtained the Wisdom Path inheritance. Originally, he wanted to develop himself for some time while helping Hu Immortal, Blessed Land to survive the earthly calamity. Using the Wisdom Path inheritance, he would deduce the Immortal Killer move, vaguely familiar face. Based on the news he had, the current situation was quite tense. It would be best if he stayed away. Now, but the allure of White Lotus Giant Silkworm Gu was too great. Fang Yuan knew that even though he had some methods to keep it alive, Cleansed Soul Immortal Gu was reaching its limits from hunger. He needed to feed it White Lotus Giant Silkworm Gu. Immortal Gu are unique, but even though they are precious, Cleansed Soul Immortal Gu is not something I cannot live without. I have self-strength, Immortal Gu as the core now. Even if Cleansed Soul Immortal Gu was destroyed, I would not be too greatly affected. Of course, if I could use it along with self-strength Immortal Gu, the killer move Myriad Self might be able to become twice as powerful as now. Furthermore, it can even promote the growth of my soul foundation. Fang Yin was hesitant. Although Cleansed Soul was good, it was not enough for him to risk his life. Immortal Gu were only tools. His life was most important. Fang Yuan was fully aware of this point from beginning to end. He would never be blinded by greed. A few days later, Northern Plains, at the place where Gu Immortal Che Shimin died. From time to time, there would be Gu Immortals appearing, both righteous and demonic. After staying here for some time, they would leave, trying to find the aura of the Immortal Gu in the air. Some tried to enter the blessed land that formed from Qi Shi Min's immortal aperture, but they left after failing. The central continent. Gu Immortals were hiding far away, observing the situation while using their divine senses to communicate. The target has not appeared yet? Since they could kill Dongfang Chang Fan and made many arrangements here to conceal Dongfang Chang Fan's blessed land, they obviously want to keep it a secret. Very likely they want to take down this blessed land. They also know that accidents can occur over time. They will definitely return. That is not very likely by now. We have secretly stayed here for so many days, the other party might have discovered us already. With this opportunity, we might as well go to Jade Pool Blessed Land, Fairy Ling Mei said. Are you saying that my Black Heaven Temple's signature immortal killer move, defending day and night, cannot conceal our presence and would be seen through easily? Old man Tian Long was immediately unhappy, retorting, Fairy Ling. Mei went silent. She knew that her earlier words were slightly impudent. Black Heaven Temple was one of the 10 great ancient sects. They needed to defend their reputation. Their names could not be sullied. Guoriao Shui, who was beside Fairy Ling Mei, he said, I've heard that in Jade Pool Blessed Land, a 10,000 Li Ji horse ran out. The meaning hidden in her words was very obvious. She was in agreement with Fairy Ling Mei's earlier suggestion. She also wanted to go to Jade Pool Blessed Land for its abundant resources. Oh, this trifling level of wealth can entice all of you? Don't forget why we are here. This immortal zombie is very suspicious. He has quite powerful battle strength in Strength Path. He is very likely to be a mortal zombie, Sha Huang. Old Lord Kan Yang was hidden to the side, interjecting in this. Trifling level of wealth? You speak as if it's insignificant. Even though Dongfang tribe is inferior to our sex, it is also a super force. Their foundation, compared to individuals like us, is much deeper. Oh, Kan Yang, your harvest just now was great. The reward from Immortal Crane Sect for the mission must be very profitable. You are benefiting greatly from this yourself, but you want the rest of us to suffer losses? Isn't this too much? Chen Junqi spoke resentfully. He had not completed his sex missions yet, because Feng Zhuge called him over before he had finished. The others were in similar situations. Others might be afraid of old Lord Kenyang's life-chasing fire, but he was not. He was a flying grandmaster and had the immortal killer move approaching body. Even if life-chasing fire was used on him, he could escape from it. In the central continent Gu immortal world, there was a saying, Zhen Qi of the Nine Heavens, followed by Fei Yan. Zhen Qi of the Nine Heavens referred to Chen Zhen Qi. He could spread his wings and fly into the immemorial Nine Heavens. Heaven and earth could not restrict him. The latter, followed by Fei Yan, referred to a Gu immortal of heavenly lotus sect, Bu Fei Yan. She was a female Gu immortal who could move agilely in the sky. She was like a wisp of smoke that could dance in the air. Right now, the female Gu immortal, Bu Fei Yan, had also come to Northern Plains. She represented heavenly lotus sect of the 10 great ancient sects. She was joining in the investigation of 88 Truyang buildings' collapse. At this moment, 2 flying grandmasters of the current generation were present. Chen Zhen Qi spoke, but Bu Fei Yan remained silent, not saying a word. Old Oracle, however, added, Jade Pool blessed land was so easily taken down mainly because the rank 6 immortal Gu house, modest thatched hut, went missing mysteriously. I am not after those resources, but I have made a deduction. I deduce that clues about the culprit are in Jade Pool blessed land. Modest thatched hut. Hey, I would rather call it by its original name, thatched hut. Speaking of it, this Gu house was created by the late antiquity era's 3-thatched demon immortal. It used up almost all of his wealth. During his later years, he roamed Northern Plains, becoming a grand overlord for a while. 3-thatched demon immortal had a daughter. He doted on her. At that time, Dongfang tribe's Gu immortal, Dongfang Yu, and this woman were in love with each other. Thus he left the righteous path and went into the demonic path. After 3-thatched demon immortal died, he inherited this thatched hut, killing his wife and going back to the righteous path, returning to his tribe. To get rid of his past, Dongfang Yu added in some other Gu into thatched hut, calling it modest thatched hut. Its effect did not change at all. It was just for his own reputation. Windcloud Manor's Gu immortal, Hong Chi Ming spoke. Before he became an immortal, he explored Northern Plains. While his cultivation level was that of immortal, he lived there for some time. Thus, he knew about these details clearly. At this time he mentioned this, his intention was also to go to Jade Pool blessed land to plunder for resources. But he did not say it, he was subtly hinting them. All right, how much longer are we going to stay here like this? Should we go to Jade Pool blessed land and search for clues? Or look for that fairy Li Shan, since she fought together with that immortal zombie? They must have a close relationship. She certainly knows many secrets. A Gu immortal was impatient. No, Fairy Li Shan paid a heavy price and left this place after obtaining Minuscule Mountain. Right now she is hiding inside Snowy Mountain blessed land. That is a den of Northern Plains demonic path. If it was like in the past, it would be fine. But now old ancestor Shui Hu is trying to refine fortune rivaling heaven immortal Gu. He is overseeing matters there.